Good afternoon, YouTube. This is Archer ZZ, and this is my third installment in my How to Ride a Motorcycle series. And in this one, I'm going to cover downshifting because I stupidly forgot to include it in my shifting one. And got an itch on my forehead. I'm going to cover braking and engine braking, which engine braking I just recently sort of mastered, so I feel I have a better understanding of that, and I should be able to help some of you guys out. And if I do anything wrong, please feel free to let me know in the comment section, or post a video response and correct me, and I'll amend my video like someone did my last one. Alright, I'm going to start my bike up, and, well, I'll turn it off. So basically the concept of downshifting and engine braking go hand in hand because they're kind of, you can't have engine braking without downshifting. Engine braking is basically when instead of using the front or back brake for slowing down your bike, whenever you have time to slow down, you'll downshift and then let off the throttle. So you'll drop down a gear, your RPMs will rev up higher because you're in a lower gear, and the engine you'll feel the engine kind of lug a little bit, and you'll feel yourself get pushed forward a little bit, and that's just because you're working against the engine, and it's going to slow you down. And as you step down through your gears, you'll slow down more and more and more. And I've been told that it's good to do that when you're braking in your bike, and it's just a good skill to have. One thing is, you don't want to do that. You don't want to engine brake. You don't want to solely engine brake. You do want to tap the rear or the front brake or the rear brake, just to let the car or biker behind you know that you're slowing down. Because when you're slowing down without using the brakes, there's no indication to the person behind you, and they might just plow right through you. Like, if that truck were to be behind me whenever I am engine braking and I didn't tap the brakes to let them know I'm slowing down, they might just flatten me. So just a heads up, and that's a little piece of advice. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of pull out of here, and I'm going to go back through the parking lot. I forget what the exact numbers are, but the front brake, it executes more. It's the king shit of stopping, basically, is the front brake does almost all of the braking, and the rear brake is generally used as a control brake. For starting on hills, you want to just put your foot up on the rear brake so you don't drift backwards, and that way your hand's free to give a little gas and get started. The front brake is something like, what is it, 80% front brake and 20% rear brake? Something like that. I didn't look up the numbers before I came out. And the reason behind that is the front wheel, whenever you're slowing down, because an object in motion wants to stay in motion, you're going to move forward. The bike's weight is going to shift off of the rear wheel and onto the front wheel. And it's basically the same in cars. The front brakes wear out sooner than the rear brakes because they're used more. They're the major component in stopping. So that's just another thing to know, that the front brake is far more powerful than the rear brake. And in panic stopping situations, you want to use both of them. And you should see a little diagram. It'll show you, like, to stop with the engine is this long, to stop with the front brake, rear brake is this long, the front brake is this long, with both of them it's this long. And that's not to scale, but it's something similar to that. Okay, so what I'm going to do for you guys is I'm going to demonstrate downshifting, how that's done, and I'm going to show you engine braking somewhere out on that road. I'll probably just pull down into a parking lot down there and just go to the back, and I'll slowly slow down by shifting through the gears. So I'll tell you when I shift up into second, and I'm going to try to hit third gear, and then I'll engine brake from third gear to second gear to first gear, and then I'll finally stop using the front and rear brakes as needed. Okay? Pop it down at first. Kind of a one-way street. Okay, so I'm pulling out here and I'm going to pop up into second gear, and now I'm in second gear, and now I'm going to hop up into third gear. So now I'm in third gear, and I'm going to come down here, and there's a stop sign at the end of this road, and I'll demonstrate engine braking for you guys. So say I wanted to turn right up here. So I let off the gas, step down, and see how I slowed down a little bit. Step down one more time, and you slow down even more. So there was a situation where I didn't use my front and rear brake at all. I just used the engine against itself, kind of, and I was able to slow down enough for the turn. That's one situation where engine braking can be applied. So I'm going to show you guys that one more time. Also, I'm going to talk about downshifting right now. So whenever you downshift, say before a turn, after you make a turn, and you want to accelerate, or you want to accelerate faster, in order to downshift, it's basically the opposite of shifting up. Is you'll pull in the clutch, and I'm good to go there. A lot of gravel there. You will push, instead of pulling up on the lever like you do whenever you upshift, you instead push it down, and you'll feel it go clunk, or hear it sometimes, and then you'll know you're in the next gear, and then you can ease off of the brake. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shift up into third, and say right now I wanted to accelerate a little faster, or I just want to be out of third. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull in, I'm going to let off the throttle, I'm going to pull in the clutch, and then I'm going to step down, and I'm in second gear. So you want to blip the throttle a little bit to match the speed to the RPMs that you should be at, and then let go of the clutch. And that'll get you into the gear that you want to be in. Or that'll bump me down from third to second. So as I come out of this turn, I'm going to pop it down into first, because I'm going to be stopping to pull out of here. So as I'm coming out of here, I want to go down into first gear. I'm going to let off the throttle, pull in the clutch, step it down, and then ease off the clutch and onto the throttle, since I'm at such a slow speed. And that's the basics of downshifting and engine braking, really, and braking in general. I mean, stopping is probably the second most important part of riding a motorcycle. So it's definitely something that you want to practice and make sure that you have down. You don't want to be on the road running stop signs because you don't know how to stop properly. So that's definitely something up there with clutch control. You want to be able to execute properly without error every time. I would say stopping is more important than moving. So, stopping safely. I can stop by running into the side of that barn, but that's not desirable for anybody. So that's my tutorial on engine braking, downshifting, and braking. Comment on this video, let me know how I did, if I missed anything, or if there's any other topics that you'd like me to cover. I believe I have on my list the figure eight, the snake, or the slalom, whatever it is it's called where you guys are, and counter steering, and that's a fun one. So keep your eyes posted for my next videos in my How to Ride a Motorcycle series, and I will make a video later. Bye.